So I live on the ground floor, and I don't get tons of sunlight in my apartment, but I get enough for me. Before I lived here, I lived on the top floor, and I got crazy amounts of sunlight, which was fine too. And I had an incredible view and beautiful. I used to say I have the best window, but I like where I live now better, because it's kind of like I'm downstairs and I'm kind of holed up where I could do work. I can really focus where I'm at. You know, I can get in the corner of my bedroom. I have a nice little space over there. I have my music stand. I have a little light right there. There's actually a window right above where I am. I have my stretching table next to me. And I get a lot of work done. But sometimes lately, I've been feeling like I'm doing too much of this, you know, like too much looking at the camera on YouTube, which is fine, it's fun, you know, and I enjoy doing it. But I have to admit, sometimes I wonder if it's taking away or maybe diminishing my filmmaking instincts, you know, my movie making chops that I'm developing. Maybe I should be doing things that are more like a real filming scenario, like what would I do in a movie as opposed to doing this. I mean, anybody could do this. And so many people do this, and so many people do it really well. But creating an environment, a story, a world that is not a real world is really kind of difficult. It's harder than you think it is. And sometimes I wonder if I'm doing too much of this, and if that is taking away from my filmmaking. And also my studying practice, you know, my creative practice, my commitment to my theater work. I like to sit in the corner of that bedroom in front of that music stand and study my scripts and rehearse for hours upon hours upon hours. I mean, I'll sit there sometimes for 15 or 20 hours straight. I mean, I'll eat, I'll go to the bathroom, things like that. But I will stay committed to that spot for a very long time, ingesting all these words and the sentiment behind the words and the scenario that I've created and the characters and, you know, this world. I'm immersing myself in this world in that corner of my bedroom where I don't have too much light, but just enough light, where I have to create the light from within myself to feed this world and to, you know, develop it to the point where I could put it up on its feet and share it, whether it be a play or a film. My intention is to turn it into something that people can watch. And so sometimes I wonder if maybe I'm doing too much of this and not enough of that. I'm somebody who does not multitask very well. I usually work on one project at a time. I'm not a filmmaker like a lot of YouTube filmmakers who do weddings and events and corporate things and commercials and things like that. I'm not that guy. I'm creating a movie and it's going to take 2 years of my life. Or I'm working on a play, it's going to take 5 years of my life. Like I'm working on a creative project and I've always worked on one project at a time, for years at a time. That's just been my life for the last 15 years, more. And so I have to figure that out. And I have to make sure that I, you know, maintain my focus where it really belongs and where it feeds me. And I'm not just talking about feeding me financially, but I'm talking about feeding me spiritually. As I said, I enjoy doing this, but this is not my main thing. And so I think that's the case for a lot of people. I think that sometimes you can get caught up in doing this, which anybody can do. You know, anybody with a phone can do this. Anybody with any kind of personality or perseverance or the guts to get up and just speak in front of a camera, which, you know, takes a lot for some people, but not a lot for others. But it's a different story if you're creating a story. or a documentary or anything like that. Like, it's different, you know? When you watch a movie on Netflix or HBO, when you go to the movies, it doesn't look like this. Maybe it does for a scene or something like that, something specific. But overall, if you watch Westworld or Mayor of Easttown or, you know, Station 11 or The Sopranos or The Wire, watch The Wire. If you watch something like that, it doesn't look like this. And so, just an observation. And I'm going to get back to work now. So I will see you soon because I'm going to continue this, but I'm aware.